Today is the rebirth of a classic. What started with creamsicle and white became Tampa Bay's Pirate legacy.
As they're tearing down the goalpost.
And the Buccaneer way began on the backs of legends. Legends that taught us how to win. This team gave us our first taste of victory.
It is a touchdown. It's picked off. Intercepted.
Leroy Selma. Giles makes the catch.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Today, a familiar foe from the NFC Central is on the horizon.
From Tampa Stadium, it's the Detroit Lions and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
A rivalry that clashed twice a year across 3 decades. And it all began with names like Selman, Williams, and Wood.
Picked off by Richard Wood.
Today, the fight continues. This is a legacy and a rivalry reborn.
Let's go. It's creamsicle day. It's not even hot enough in Florida to have them, but we got them on. This is going to be a custom shirt. We got the jerseys coming soon. It's just $150 for a jersey. We got to wait till those prices go down a little bit. But what's good, everybody? Happy Sunday. Clearly, I need to fix some things on my mic because this keeps turning on me, but it wouldn't be the good countdown if I didn't have some sort of audio issue. So welcome to the show. It's Sunday, week 6. The boys are playing in London right now, and Tennessee's trying to make something happen, but Ryan Tannehill is doing his best to not make it happen. He wants to play for the Ravens or something, I don't know, or lose his job, but Ryan Tannehill called out by Kurt Warner as not being accurate. But you know who is always accurate? The co-host, the homie, Syl Abdul, always on point. How you doing, homie?
We are live at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London, England.
On the ground.
Watching Tannehill stink up the joint.
My goodness, dude. You're seeing it firsthand from the club, from the suites up there, the owner's suites.
You know what I'm saying? This
How
is
you
where
doing,
if the
homie?
Chiefs was here, Taylor Swift would be like right over there. Like,
Yeah. For real, dude. And Kelsey's mom, and maybe
Kelsey's mom.
maybe Mahomes' wife. What's up, dude? How you
Hey,
doing,
man.
homie?
This is great. Good countdown, week 6. We are broadcasting obviously on the Good Awesome channel, on the SylNation Sports Network channel. You already know. Continue to support that, and the Twitter handle as well. Follow us over there. There's gonna be a lot of clips on what we're doing. On all these networks, all these platforms. So really excited for this week, man. Some nice matchups, man. Nice matchups to talk about.
Dude. There's too many matchups to talk about. Actually, last week there was 4 teams that had a bye week, and now there's just 2. So I don't know like how the NFL decides who has a bye week, what makes sense. I think because of the 17th week, everything's not even. But me with my OCD, I'm like, come on, just like make it consistent so my graphics can be the same every week. You know what I'm saying? But,
Roger Goodell says no.
no, no, absolutely. But we are in full swing already. I mean, week 6 technically starts on Thursday, but really week 6 is when Sunday comes around and like, all right, and it ends on Monday. Thursday is just a holdover game. Just like, hey, remember about NFL guys? This is us. Today, though, they have the London games, these international games. I'm watching it right now, and I think it's awesome that they're going to other countries too, going to Germany, because obviously NFL is a worldwide brand, and they used to have the Europe League, which was all over Europe. But I'm happy that it started weak with the Atlanta Jags, but last week it got like to a stronger, like consistent matchup. We're like, oh, yo, we want to see this. I forget who last week was. It was the Jags and the Bills, right?
Yeah, that was a good game. Yeah,
that was a good game. And then now we got maybe another. It's a 8-point game, 21-13.
Yeah, you got the Ravens approaching the red zone, up by 8, 5 minutes left. Lamar just, it's like he's put his hard hat on. handling business today.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? So,
He's ready to get the boys home and to have like a party on the way home. Probably
exactly.
stop at a pub and all that. But what's good? I want to say what's good. By the way, I would be remiss if I didn't mention everybody in the chat stopping by. We have the homies from the Fantasy League from Good Games, John Enriquez, Israel, Money Train James. He says week 6. Lions, you know that, dude. As soon as I saw it, he's talking about this game 2 weeks ago, bro, and he didn't know that the Lions would be coming into town and the Bucks would be coming off a bye week, both leading their divisions. We're gonna talk about that game later. I'm excited for that game, obviously.
Yes.
And that was one of the first games of the season, week 6, to be flexed, and we'll talk about that later. Actually, my audio issues are I can't talk now. Cold still acting up. I'm sorry about that, Bat Dan, but appreciate you being here. Obviously, Gotham City Ballbusters, Bat Dan. He's making a comeback, dude. He's been part of the league, which I love, bro.
It's good to be competitive. You know?
Yeah, just gotta update that lineup, right?
That's all. Yeah, just keep once a week. I mean, a good tip. I'm not gonna give all the tips because I want to win, but Wednesdays. Keep an eye on that waiver wire, right? Because that's before the Thursday game. You're able to kind of, mess with your roster a little bit. You may see a player or two that can help you out.
Yeah, you never know, dude. And then there's always, if you have the ESPN app, I definitely recommend to not snooze the notifications because during the week they'll give you a story that one of their journalists had, like, hey, this is sleepers or people that you might have if you have an injury,
or injury updates and things like that. Like that's I'm glad you picked that platform to do the fantasy league because there's other platforms you can use like Yahoo and stuff like that. But ESPN, like you said, you get that on your phone, you get that notification, like, oh, your player is hurt, and it gives you you could personalize it. They'll only notify you if it's your team, right? So that's some good stuff right there.
Yeah, that's why I picked it, and that's why I've had past experiences with other platforms like Yahoo. Not trying to throw any shade. It's been a while since I've been on Yahoo, so maybe they've changed things. But yeah, definitely ESPN is more tailored to my stuff. And shout out to Skywalker the Jedi, homie, the host of Cartoons and Cereal. I yesterday was a funny little mashup. So we appreciate you stopping by. Obviously. He's Jedi Sports Academy on this side of things on SylNation Sports Network. And let me hear a little snippet of what's to come with that Watch the Throne. What else are you guys gonna do to get him talking more about that?
Well, definitely that's been a very popular series at Watch the Throne. That's the Ultimate LeBron James series. I figure with that series, I'm just a straight up basketball fan, of course, a Lakers fan, and Sky is the ultimate LeBron fan, right? So that was it just made so much sense to put that together. And we did a lot of talk about just LeBron's legacy this past season. And then during the season, when there's highlight moments, like last year when he broke the scoring record, that would have been a great stream to do with Sky then, right? To talk about that. So just keep that in mind during the season. The NBA season didn't even start yet. Once it starts, it's going to be more accomplishments, more stories. And you're going to see a lot more of Skywalker the Jedi talking that blasphemous talk of LeBron James. Right?
Yeah, dude. Well, he makes it blasphemous. You don't have to be as blasphemous as he is, but Sky knows what he's doing, man. He knows what he's doing. But I honestly, I get it because I bet you a lot of times, I'm sure that's how it is, but people feel that way about me the way I talk about Tom Brady. Yeah. So I get it.
The thing is, no one's arguing. This is the thing with Tom Brady. You say, "Oh, Brady's the GOAT." No one's going to argue with you, right? I think he passed that. I want to say the Atlanta Falcons. That's when I was I'm not going to argue this guy anymore, right? I was like, I'm done. Right? And everything else was extra to me after that. But with LeBron, going to keep it real as far as basketball wise. I'll say this with LeBron because I know we're talking football, but LeBron will have an argument as far as the greatest career ever. I think when it's all said and done, as far as accomplishments, and I think that could be a fair argument. But see, people still could argue Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, right? So it will be a lot more talk like that with Sky because there's still arguments there, right? With Brady, even if again, home away from home, Indianapolis, right? I grew up hating Tom Brady. Okay, like I hated his guts. All right. Once I was like, hey, this dude is good. The argument's over at that point about Brady.
Yeah, you can't. You're right. Which I respect, honestly. It took a long time for him to get there, to get to that point where I'm like, come on, like just give him respect. And then finally it got to a point where everyone was like, they threw their hands up, like you said. It was probably around that Atlanta Super Bowl where they're like, all right.
It's like I can't argue no more. Like, you know what I mean?
What I got to say, yeah, for real, dude. I respect that, but yeah, thank you for bringing us back to football, dude. We got to get through. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. But I'm the one who set you up, and obviously the NBA season is right around the corner.
Yeah,
the NHL season just started. The
NHL,
NASCAR season is about to finish up. If anybody cares about that besides me, I'll be talking about that because it's a fun time to talk about. And what else is there going on?
Baseball.
Baseball's
close to the World Series, close to it. Any sport that I could bet on, I keep an eye on a little bit. So yeah, baseball is a good time, to kind of have your eyes on baseball too.
I love that, dude. I love that. Yeah, if you can throw a little scratch on it, I mean, it keeps you interested on it. That's the whole point. And I want to get into the fantasy forecast real quick. I think I'm getting beat right now by Money Train Wayne. That's the first matchup of the day for us, at least. And real quick,
just with their London game, Ravens kicked the field goal. They up 24-13. 4 minutes to go. Titans getting the ball back. This game is likely over, but just a little update.
Back up in
across the pond here. I'm over across the pond here. Letting
you know live updates from the game. You can't tell, dude. It is lively. It is lively over where Syl is at, man. Just take a look. Yo, I love it, bro.
Wow.
And Osa says a lot of people were quiet after the second half in Atlanta. Yeah, absolutely, bro. And wait, after that overtime hit, it is slap, bro.
I tell you, real quick, during that Super Bowl, that Atlanta Patriots Super Bowl, little Bow Wow went viral, just having a meltdown because I guess he's from Atlanta. I don't know. He claims it.
Yeah.
And they were talking all crazy first half, and then second half he was just melting down.
Meltdown.
Search that on Google that.
That was great. That was like the end of Bow Wow. Honestly, it was like Brady ended Bow Wow.
He must be the GOAT. He ended music careers, bro. He must be the greatest.
We figured it out, dude. I've always wondered what happened to Bow Wow, dude. Tom Brady, dude. Tom Brady
ended his career, bro. That's crazy.
Yo, we figured it out. You don't get this anywhere else, dude, but on SylNation Sports Network, dude. What are you doing anywhere else but on this channel?
Oh man.
God, that's hilarious. That's a clip. Clip it. Oh my god.
That's a clip.
That's a clip, bro. Man, Money Train James is Money Train Wayne, the team I'm going against this week. I'm the Central City Stars. If you couldn't tell, I switched up the logo for my fantasy team too, and made it creamsicle. Right now, my kicker.
Okay.
And I tell you, we'll talk about in a little bit. We'll talk about the Chiefs game that happened on Thursday night. I forget who they played now. Who are the Broncos? So irrelevant. I almost forgot who your team was. Oh man! But because of the ineptitude of the Chiefs' scoring offense, Harrison Butker, their kicker, had to put a lot of work in. And the fantasy league. Let me tell you guys right now, you're real lucky that we changed the scoring system for the kickers because I think Harrison Butker would have had 100 points for me because he killing them, dude. A couple 50-yarders. So, but because of that, I have 24 points. My kicker right now has 24 points, which I think is pretty absurd for our standard because it's not high. Sorry, that is high for our standard right now. Usually our standard has gone down to 11 or 12 for our kickers. So 16 is a good game, much less 24. But I will say Money Train James has 24 points himself. Right now it's Zay Flowers, and he's got Mark Andrews. That's the wide receiver and the tight end for Baltimore. also has Josh Allen, Alvin Kamara, Tutu Atwell, Josh Jacobs, the Eagles D, and Brett Maher, the Rams kicker, to play today. If you see, though, if you take a gander at these percentages, he's only predicted to win by 4% more than me. So it might seem like me coming in with Gardner Minshew as my starting quarterback because Jordan Love's on a bye. It might seem like that's not a good idea, but I got Zach Moss, the running back, to be paired with him. Because I imagine that Jonathan Taylor is gonna have another so-so week. Just feed Zach Moss. I don't know why you do anything else, but and Calvin Ridley, Dalton Schultz, who had a good big game and is like the security blanket for the young. I always confuse the Panthers quarterback and the Texans quarterback now, and I can't.
Yeah, Bryce Young's the Panthers.
But who's the Texans?
C.J. Stroud.
C.J. Stroud, man.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's so different for me, but yeah, C.J. Stroud, his security blanket is Dalton Schultz, so I'm glad that I picked him up. So I'm hoping I could sneak out the quote unquote upset today, but who do you think's gonna pull out the win between me and Money Train Wayne? He thinks he's getting a dub.
He got Josh Allen. He's gonna slaughter you, bro. Money Train Wayne for the win.
Damn, bro.
Josh Allen's gonna get loose against the Giants, bro. But you may keep it close until when do they play? Sunday night tonight.
They play
you'll
tonight.
Keep it close through the 4:00 window. But then Josh Allen's gonna like lay out a boom on you, bro. Like Jamar Chase, like I said, gonna give you a fighting chance, and Zach Moss, but he's splitting carries. He's splitting with Jonathan Taylor. You may steal some points with Gabe Davis because Allen's gonna drop 50 points as far as his team is gonna drop 50 points against the Giants tonight. So you may get a couple touchdowns, with Gabe Davis, right? That may help you out a little bit.
I might get lucky. Dude, that's not. I always steal a lot of points with Gabe Davis, especially in the fourth quarter. Austin already beat me this season. I did, bro.
I try to call it straight, man. I saw that matchup. I'm like, yeah, Josh Allen against the Giants, bro. That's a good matchup for Money Train.
It is. And Gardner Minshew in Jacksonville. That's what I'm praying on. The return to Jacksonville. Revenge game, bro.
Jack's got a pretty good defense. Like last week, they had the London game with the Bills. I was really surprised, like how stout, the Jags were on defense. And Gardner Minshew's gonna move the ball, you know what I'm saying? But it's just Josh Allen, man.
Josh Allen.
That's all this is.
Josh Allen. All right, man. We're not gonna spend a lot. He's already up. He's already up by like 20 points. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I can pull the upset. We're both 3-2 right now. I'll say that in our league, and he's a divisional opponent. So we'll see how that goes. The next slate of games, we got Slade coming in 1-4. Homies, I've been trying to get Zane to move on up in these. Even the points change didn't help Zane, but he's putting up a fight right now. I will say that. Travis Kelce had 43 points. That's why I keep trying. Like, Zane, how is this possible with that? I guess he's just in the division he's in. That's probably what it is. Just got a lot of good people in the division. But then Pat Mahomes on the other side with TJ and the Canucks sideboards, 63 points. I'll say for him right now, he's got the Ravens D, 16 points for defense. That's a lot. They can give you a chance. Amon-Ra St. Brown coming off a injury, I think, right? He's kind of getting healthier, I would say. I think
he may get scratched, though, so he needs to keep an eye on that before the 4:00 kickoff.
Yeah, 4:25. So you got to keep an eye out. Well, hopefully you get another wideout who's playing at 4 or playing later on today. You also have to look at that. Jose Diaz coming in. He says, I like and appreciate this comment. Dude, I appreciate you, man. Did somebody say Jaguars? We'll see, man. That's a game. There's a lot of good games that are playing today outside of the Good Games Fantasy League. But out of these two teams, I think that TJ is going to be back on his winning ways and probably steal the win. Although I want to see Slade win. really bad. But who do you think who's gonna win today between Slade and the Canucks sideboards?
I tell you, the old Canadians, they should win this game. You know what I mean? I mean, Patrick Mahomes had a great week, but he don't really have much else after Patrick Mahomes. Now on with Slade, T. Higgins, I think, is hurt as well too. Like his team's going to be probably banged up today, man. So I'm leaning towards Canada for the win.
Yeah, we need to get Slade to just update his lineup, man. I can't.
He needs to keep an eye on because it may be like an update. I was reading about Amon-Ra being out potentially, so he needs to keep an eye there.
Yeah, and Marquise Brown obviously questionable for the Arizona Cardinals down there. Just keep an eye on that. So, because that's the worst thing to do. And dude, it would not hurt. You have Rachaad White on your bench, dude. Throw him in. He's the RB #1 for Tampa Bay. And they're currently 3-1. They're at home today, creamsicle game. They're going to be using him a lot. So definitely throw him in. If you're watching this, Slade, Zane, we got to get you to update that. And if not, I'll update it for you. I can do that as the league manager, bro. I'll make you win. Don't try and tank in this league because I'll make you win if I have to. I'll make you win, but. Yeah, I'm interested to see how this plays out. And you're right about that, though. TJ doesn't have much after that, but he does have. Right. If Jacoby Myers gets back to his early season form, it's a possibility. But what are the Raiders, dude? We'll see. A couple weeks. Water's gonna find their level soon. We'll see. How about them Cowboys? Necron says. Yeah, dude, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll talk about those Cowboys.
We're gonna get through this real quick. Get through the fantasy forecast. Obviously, we're gonna pay attention to this game. 3-2 Abdul High Fathers going against Mr. J all day, baby. Who do you got between you and yourself? You're gonna pick yourself, but let me hear you go through this lineup real quick, so I don't have to.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna have the better quarterback play today. So with Justin Herbert, bringing it. Antonio Gibson actually shows some flashes as being like that third down back with the Commanders. So I may get some PPR points. Michael Pittman Jr. has good rapport with any of the quarterbacks that's in there, right? So, but Stephon Diggs on his side, I think it's going to be pretty tough as well. And he got a good running back, Kyron Williams. So this is like a really even matchup. It just what's going to take me over the top is, if was it Joshua Palmer, if Herbert finds him, if with the Vikings, Captain Kirk finds KJ Osborne, since I got to sit down Justin Jefferson, he's out, on IR, right? So I had to get the backup. That's another tip for fantasy. Like when your starter gets hurt, try to get that backup, and they may get those points, fraction of the points. So this should be a very even matchup. It just, man, like whoever gets loose with these receivers, he got Terry McLaurin. I don't trust the Commanders throwing him the ball. So, I like my chances, overall, I think with this. I'm obviously going to pick myself. So,
yeah, right. No, obviously, as you should. And he does have some good people over there on the other side. Mr. J doesn't sleep in this league. With Jalen Hurts as a quarterback, you always got a chance because you'll never know if the running touchdowns will come or if he's going to throw down to A.J. Brown in the end zone. You never know how it's going to work out with him. And then Kyron Williams, obviously a deep threat too, with Justin Herbert slinging all around the place. Stephon Diggs, who knows if he's going to – I don't score for broken tablets in this league, so that's not going to help you. But
he gets numbers, though.
He does get numbers, bro. He's going to get his numbers. And we'll see. This is a pick'em game, according to ESPN. 51% you compared to 49% Mr. J. And I'm going to go with you as well. I think Justin Herbert's going to have a day. You got to look at this and say, as far as the quarterbacks, I see Justin Herbert playing in prime time against the Cowboys at home. That's gonna hopefully propel him to play better and not make him play worse. Because going against Dak, you gotta come up big on prime time because just gotta make him look bad for the rest of us people who don't like the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying?
There's should be no problem with that. Yeah.
Should be no problem. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a good game. You're gonna be checking that score. I think it's gonna be close all day today until, or maybe even until you have Justin Herbert. You might have to have Justin Herbert save you on Monday night. We'll see how that goes. And the next game, the joke's on you. He updated his logo. I love it. I love to see it finally. That logo right there. It looks sick right there. So Gotham City Ballbusters, like I said, 2-3 now. He refuses to be the loser of this league. Going against the 2-3 Jokes on You. Currently, Jokes on You is up 47-18. And you can see right there, Gotham City Ballbusters, he knows what he's doing. He's got Tyler Spears in, right? Like Tyler Spears got 12 points today. It's a third down running back. He spells Derrick Henry whenever he needs a chance. So he's on his wits. I didn't even know if he had I thought that was the player outline. I didn't think that he even had a picture real quick. I thought he had the 2K player outline. Right. The John Smith. But this is going to be a good game for as far as ESPN is concerned. It's 42% win percentage for Gotham City for Bat Dan and 58 for the Jokes on You. Carlos's dad, who's been making us laugh all season long. So shout out to you. I gotta say, with Lamar Jackson going against Bryce Young, poor Bat Dan, dude. After losing Aaron Rodgers at the beginning of the season, he's just been shopping different quarterbacks around for himself. Like, which rookie quarterback is going to be good? And I don't think Bryce Young is it, but hopefully he has a bounce back game today. Because I hate to see. I don't like when these rookies come in and they struggle. Not everyone can come in their first couple of years and do well. Obviously, it's better to sit behind an established quarterback for a couple of years, then come in and play. But when you get picked first in the draft, you're gonna play immediately. So that's what happens with Bryce Young. I think him against Lamar Jackson, that's the big commanding difference there. And then Tyreek Hill, couple of spots down there for you. That's the hook, line, and sinker. I gotta go with the Jokes on You. Easy pick for me on this one. Who do you think's gonna to get this win between Bat Dan and Carlos's dad, bro?
Yeah, the combination. Lamar has been solid today already for him. I think that's going to outweigh Bryce Young in this matchup. Right. He still has Tyreek Hill on deck. The joke has Tyreek Hill. I mean, that's going to be numbers, right? DK Metcalf should do solid against the Bengals secondary. It's just he has too much firepower. I mean, the Jokes on You has one of the best teams in the league. It's just sometimes matchups and injuries, but yeah, so I would pick that team against most teams in this league except me because I beat them head to head. But yeah, I'm going with the jokes on Batman.
This week the joke's on Batman, unfortunately, bro. Yeah, somebody's got to win out of those 2 and 3 teams, and I think Jokes on You gets back to 500 this week. The Deathstrokers, Big Stino, he's made one transaction as far as I can tell as the league manager this season, but he's still up there, one of the tops in the league. He's 3-2 right now, and currently he sits at 37 points to 21 points against the leader of the league, Dave Miller, who finally had a loss though. 4-1. Nobody is undefeated anymore. Nobody's undefeated, unfortunately, but that's what happens. Oh, sorry, real quick before we can move on to this big Bat Dan, Gotham City Ballbusters, like, man. Sorry, Bat Dan. We just gotta be real with it. We pick with our brains, not usually our hearts until it comes to our teams, and then we pick with our hearts.
That's true.
Yeah. But Knights and Sens coming in with 21 points from Russell Wilson. I thought maybe this was like a running back, dude. His quarterback gave him 21 points. I think he's going to be taking the L again. I don't think we have to take a lot of time on this. Russell Wilson going against Tua Tagovailoa, Derrick Henry, Garrett Wilson, Cortland Sutton, who had as much points as a wide receiver as his quarterback did. Yeah, unfortunately, I think Deathstrokers, Big Stino, is is going to get the win this week, go to 4-2, and bring Dave Miller back down to 4-2. What do you think is going to happen this game? Do you think Dave Miller is going to sneak out the upset? I mean, anything can happen, bro. He does have Tony Pollard, Keenan Allen, Mike Evans. I mean, it's a possibility.
Russell Wilson kind of, handicapped him for this matchup. He's not riding. We're gonna go with Stino for the win. Bring Dave down a couple more notches there in the standings. It'll be a good for the league if Dave loses this.
Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong about that. But I love seeing a favorite go out and continue to win, because then we all gotta take him down. But I think Dave's gonna get taken down early, unfortunately. But shout out Dave Miller. You ride or you park it, as far as Russell Wilson will drive you, and it wasn't far this week, unfortunately, bro. Next game, well underway. It's one that is a rematch of earlier this season. I believe it's the lone win for Sky. The 1-4 reign of the Superman, going against the 2-3 Last Sons. I think that his only win is by playing Carlos earlier this season. The Last Sons being owned and managed by our homie Real Talk Productions, Carlos, and he's got 23 points. I think is that with his defense. Yeah, the Chiefs defense, 23 points, which is a lot. That's a lot just for starting. I was telling you, 16 points is a lot for a defense. 23 points is obviously a lot for a defense. But then he, over on the other side, I've talked about it, the one who's always money, the kicker who is always money, over on the other side is still money right now. Got 26 points for Reign of the Superman, bro. But ESPN, they got Last Sons. They got them predicted to win 57% to 43%. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this game, but I do want you to go through real quick. Just looking at, you got a game in itself, Jared Goff versus Baker Mayfield. That's actually happening today, playing out in this game. So what do you think is going to happen between these two?
Yeah, I think the combination for Carlos, I mean, you got, CMC is like, MVP right now as far as with, offensively, right? AJ Brown's getting numbers, Brandon Ayuk. It's a little bit too much combination for this guy with Amari Cooper. His quarterback ain't even playing, as far as the Browns quarterback. Deebo Samuel is not like that guaranteed numbers guy every game, and Austin Eckler, I mean, I guess he's back. Austin Eckler's back. It's a tough combination against Sky. We're gonna go with Carlos for the win on this.
Yeah, I mean, it's all you gotta just ride with what's going on currently, and it sucks. Like Austin Eckler, when you have those injuries to your main guys, like you'll talk about probably JJ going down. It's like it's tough, man. It's tough. You got to prepare for those things. At least you're gonna have a bye week, so if you can prepare for the bye week before that, then you have a chance. But that's just the way fantasy goes, man. That's football. That is football, and I love it. I love being kind of like putting our hands on this season, really being a part of it in this aspect. So I will say the game over in London is final. If you're watching this right now, it's 24-16. Baltimore 1 improves to 4-2. Tennessee falls down to 2-4. And that AFC South, that stingy AFC South. We just got a couple more games. Scott, I will say I'm pulling for you to get the win today. I hope Baker Mayfield and Austin Eckler have a day for you. Debo as well. You know what? I'm riding with Sky. He said, and we about to run it back again down there in the chat, bro. Yeah, dude, I'm with you. And Israel says, Debo. I'm riding with Sky to take it to 2-4, dude. You're improving. 2 wins this season, and they're both going to be against Carlos. I'm going to die, dude, if that's hilarious. And we got a new viewer in the chat. We're looking at the fantasy forecast right now, Jason. Thank you for stopping by. He says, first time checking in with the Sportscast, usually jumping in the movie talks. He says, sells ZSGL to Netflix. We appreciate it, bro. Yeah, anywhere you can get that one of those in, we appreciate it.
Definitely keep checking out the Geek Network.
Yes.
Most of my content's during the week on that channel. And then sports, we're going to be just whenever something's hot in sports. So check us all over the place, man. Syndicate Network.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. And we're doing everything, man. We're not just in the sports, but right now sports are going hard. Appreciate you being here, by the way, Jason. Appreciate you. We're picking the games coming up, starting in about 20 minutes or 10 minutes, 12 minutes, starting up soon. So let's finish this fantasy forecast. Legion of Doom starting out hot against the Green Lantern Lightning, a DC talk, and John Henriquez, our homie in the chat. He's got 22 points coming just from Isaiah Pacheco, who I've been hoping is going to be playing better. They finally went to the running game. Somebody earlier this week says that Andy Reid doesn't like to run the football, and I'm like, what? What? That's not true, dude. And there's an analyst on ESPN. Like, how do these people have jobs? I don't know, but he had 22 points for a running back in our league. That's actually really good, man. 22 to around 30 points is what you want to get out of your running back. I mean, I guess average is like high teens, but you want to see around that 20 mark. That's a good start for him. ESPN's got him at 63% to 37% win chance on Green Lantern Lightning. That's DC Talk. He's got Geno Smith, Devin Singletary, Devontae Adams, who's hopefully going to have, another good week. Chris Olave, Kyle Pitts, and Jared Judy, who we got to talk about real quick. But who do you think? I think Legion of Doom is going to come out and get the win, go to 2-4. This is kind of the battle of the beatings. Green Lantern Lightning's at 2-3. Who do you think is going to win out of these two, bro?
Yeah, Legion of Doom. I mean, again, it's about combinations with the fantasy, league, because, you can have a good player here and there on any given team, but the combination Legion of Doom has, Pacheco already got him started off good, Kirk Cousins, and then he has Jordan Addison. Again, that's that backup thing. Justin Jefferson's not playing for the Vikings today. Right. So these other guys are going to get more targets, and Jordan Addison, the rookie, is a good, candidate to get more looks. So I'm gonna go with Legion of Doom to take the win here.
Yeah, me too, bro. Me too, man. You gotta be looking at the waiver wire and who's up on the roster chart whenever your guy goes down. Smart of him. I love that he's on here. And Sky also is someone who's also updating his stuff, and he's trying to find the logo, bro. If you're on PC, let me show you guys real quick. See this fantasy chat down here in the right hand corner. Just go ahead, click that, and you can see all chats. These are all the people in here. Sky, this is exactly what I said.
That's the receipt live.
There it is,
live
bro.
Receipt.
There it is, homie.
There was no reason for that.
Sorry, bro. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. So if you're on your phone, it's the top right of your app. There's a little messaging icon, and you just click that. You go to all your chats, and you go to the one between us, and you'll see that stuff. It's real easy. And man, I can't tell you, I've been on a trek with these logos trying to get them uploaded, and people figured it out. And then just some people, I'm like, how is this that hard? I don't know. But anyways, that's a talk for another day. So we got one more. The Lobo Raiders taking on actually the leader of the league right now. Scored the most points. Kyle with the two-faced mutilators, and Lobo he's on a win streak right now, the 3-2. He's got 15 points, only 15 points between D-Hop with 6 points and Jerick McKinnon with 9 points. That's not enough, dude. Going against T. Lawrence, B. John Robinson, Cooper Kupp, Adam Thielen, Sam Laporta, Foreman. I think Kyle's probably going to continue his winning ways. He's heavily favored in this game too. Who do you think is going to win out of Lobo and the two-faced mutilators today, bro?
Yeah, we'll go with Two-Face here, because you see right there McKinnon and Hopkins kind of set back Necron a little bit there. So I'm gonna go with Two-Face to it just purely is gonna be again combination. D-Hop, he didn't get no targets today. Yeah, Jerry McKinnon's really the third running back for the Chiefs. So just a little side advice there. I probably wouldn't play McKinnon anymore ever again. but we'll go with Two-Face on that.
Yeah, just a a quick outlook on that. You never want to hit that Jared McKinnon. That's unfortunate, bro. But I think he had did somebody have a bye for him this week, or somebody was out? James Conner was out. I don't know. Maybe he didn't have the availability to get the Dallas running back. He didn't have another Tony Pollard, so he unfortunately had to go with Jared McKinnon. I think that's what it was. But yo, Bad Dan's thoughts. I stand with the good Austin. Figure out the logos. That's hilarious. Oh my god, you're so funny, dude. Hey man, it's easy. I promise you. I'm about to make a video though for these people who still can't figure it out. Which it's all love. I appreciate it. As long as people update their lineups in this league, that's all I really care about. The logos are just a fancy thing to make it look good when I do these shows. Because right now we got these janky ESPN logos on the screen. Instead of going to a game between two people who have them updated like Syl and Mr. J, that looks a lot nicer on the screen right there than custom logos. So and Jason said, yo, go Chicago for my man Syl. Well, we'll talk about those picks in a second, actually. And I forgot to upload this, so let me do it real quick. We got the best bets of today, and we usually do them for the night games just so you can kind of get them in while the getting's good, and we'll add them to the Sunday night game tonight. Is Chargers? Is this the Chargers? This is Sunday night, right?
Chargers versus Cowboys. It's a Monday night game. That's
Monday night. All right, let me go back. I messed that up. So I was right. And that was today. So did we hit this? Did we hit this today? This is the London pick.
Yeah. So I would have picked the under for both of these because I knew both offenses were struggling for different reasons. Like Lamar Jackson and his receivers just wasn't catching the ball. And then Ryan Tannehill is just is a mid quarterback who actually got hurt today. So if you took the under for him, you would have been looking pretty good. And Lamar Jackson, I don't think he hits that number either. Let me see. I got the stats.
I was trying to, yeah.
Lamar, what did he get? He got 170.
Nice.
So if y'all took that, it would have been you would have hit on both of them if you did both of them under. And it's all about kind of looking at trends with over-under. It's a little less risky as well, too. So,
yeah, dude, that's you got to look at the trends for these bets. I mean, that's the smartest way to do it. That's why the Vegas has their own probabilities, bro. They have their own lines because they look at the trends too. But when there's something weird in there, I always go, "What are you seeing? What I'm not seeing right now?" But yeah, that would have been a good pick on always. If you're trying to bet on the safe side, always bet the under. It's never a bad to me. It's never a bad idea because it's hard to go over 200 yards, especially in London, especially on the road, like in a different territory. If it's not favorable, bet the under. Guys, we're using the wrong app the whole time, bro. The ESPN Fantasy app is the right app. You can do it in there too. I'll have to make a video tutorial for you old heads who's still figuring out the internet. But Lamar Jackson for you, yeah. So last week, Money Train James, he sent me a slip that had Justin Jefferson in it, man. And I'm sure Justin didn't get hurt if you have 300, man. That's a tough one. But hey, I'm more concerned for Justin Jefferson. I hope he gets healthy quick, obviously, but
he'll be back.
It's tough for everybody. That was your guy, dude. How did it feel when you saw him go down, bro?
How did it feel? Hey, like this next man up, man. That's all that is. But
I love it.
He's out for at least 4 weeks. So I got it's the backup to get some targets. My other receivers need to step up, Michael Pittman and the rest. So so we'll tread water until he comes back.
Sure. That's all you gotta do. And especially if you're in this league, you always got a chance. 10 people are gonna make the playoffs. So it's not even more than half the league will make the playoffs. This is the Monday night football game. I'm glad that this isn't the Monday night football game because this will be better than tonight's game. And the New York versus Buffalo. I mean, come on, man. The actual New York team showing the New Jersey team who belongs in New York tonight. That's what's probably gonna happen, bro. But What are you gonna be picking tonight? What would you pick if you're going to bet this game? I should say. Justin Herbert, the over under 274 and a half yards compared to 251 and a half yards for Dak Prescott. I'm betting the under on Dak. What you got though?
Yeah, so with Justin Herbert, again, his trends, his matchups, this is everything, and a little extra, I guess, ammunition. You got the offensive coordinator for the Chargers is the former Cowboys offensive coordinator, so he's going to probably have something to prove against his old team. Really pumping out Justin Herbert's numbers. So I'm actually going to do the over for Justin Herbert. I think the Cowboys got a leaky secondary. Who would have thought Brock Purdy would have showed us the way to pick apart the Cowboys? So Justin Herbert is obviously a better quarterback. I mean, much love to Brock Purdy in the 49ers, but Herbert's a better quarterback than Brock Purdy. And I think he's really going to get loose. So it's going to turn into a shootout, in my opinion. So with Dak Prescott, even if it's a shootout, doesn't mean Dak, as we saw last week, doesn't mean he's going to show up in a shootout. Definitely. So I'm actually leaning towards under for Dak Prescott. I think for the Cowboys to win, Dak should pass less, actually. So we're going to go under for Dak, over for Justin Herbert for the game.
Yeah, man. Hey, I think the formula, you're absolutely right about that, man. I couldn't agree with you more. Run the ball a little bit more. You need to have more balance. And somebody said it earlier. I think it was Michael Lombardi earlier this week. He said, in order to the win for Mike McCarthy, he's got to manage Dak Prescott rather than the quarterback managing themselves. The coach has to manage the quarterback in this situation, which I completely agree with. If you're Mike McCarthy, but that's the bet for tomorrow night. We're going to be taking a look at that, keeping an eye on it. 274.5 is the magic number for Justin Herbert. Those odds are good too. 114 for each of those two. Yeah, I bet in the over for Justin Herbert. And I'm betting the under, just like you said, on that side of things. And without further ado, it's 1:00. Let's get the 1:00 games in, bro. I'm so excited for today. Most off because I get to wait until 4:25, and my layover games is actually a good one. They flexed the one. I think this is one of the first flex games this season, bro. Lions versus Buccaneers are supposed to play at 1 today, and they said, nah, we got to flex that out and put that in the 4:25 slot. And because that's what they're trying to do. They bring everybody in at 1:00, and then after all those games are over, you funnel down to what they hope are either there's a one layover game. There's always one shitty game, but then they hope that everyone has high quality games to watch around 4:25, which we'll talk about those in a little bit. Obviously, Lions versus Buccaneers. I can't wait to watch that game. But to start off, yeah, exactly. I think it's going to be one of the best of this year, hopefully. But to start off, we got one of the biggest spreads this week. Panthers on the road. They don't have to go very far to get to Miami. It's just a drive down south, down I-95, if you will. 14.5 points versus the Dolphins in Miami, who are favored by 14.5 points. Do we got to spend a lot of time here? Dolphins win at home. Mike McDaniels tries not to break the point scoring record again as the coach of the Dolphins. What do you think is going to happen down in Miami with Bryce Young on the road, bro?
Yeah, I mean, the only question, it's not a question of if the Dolphins going to win. It's are they going to cover the spread, right? That's really the only thing
Are they going to talk
about. I would say definitely if you're feeling a little, a little adventurous, if that spread goes down, if it fluctuates down at all a little bit before the kickoff, I would actually take the spread. The Dolphins are going to put up about 40 plus, in this game. So it's a good chance they're actually going to cover it. But yeah, Dolphins for the win. Dolphins is, top echelon AFC team. So yeah, they're gonna take care of business.
I agree, man. I agree. I just that's the question. Are they going to cover the 14.5? And I would say yes. Obviously, something's got to happen. Something's got to give down there. in Carolina, and I think what they have to do is bring back homeboy that they let go. I think he's playing. I think he's coaching for a different team now. The interim coach they had last year. Forgive me for not remembering what his name was.
I mean, with the Panthers, I mean, this is a rebuild, right? I mean, they traded for the number 1 pick this past draft. Right. It's about building up the roster. They're going to be bad for another year or two. You know what I mean? It just that just is what it is.
Hey man, that's the way it goes. Sometimes your franchise falls into that like realm of things, and it always happens with like these expansion franchises too. Unfortunately, you gotta build the history up before you're remembered for a winning culture. Like the Saints are, who are the next game, Saints versus Texans on the road versus the Texans and CJ Stroud. And I will say, I did not expect. I love being at this point in the season. We're kind of seeing who's the movers, who's the shakers, like where teams are falling. I would not have expected the Saints and Texans to be such a close spread. 1.5 points. The Saints being on the road, and then Texans. This. I'll let you speak on this. That stadium gets loud, dude. It's actually a really loud stadium. So, what do you think is going to happen between the Saints and the Texans today?
Yeah, it's a virtual pick'em game, right? As we say with Vegas, if it's anything under 3 points, like it's pretty much a pick'em. And so, this is a CJ Stroud effect, y'all. Like they got again a solid coach finally with the Texans. D'Amico Ryans is a former defensive player for the Texans, so he's there, and he has his quarterback, pretty good offensive coordinator. So this is why all of a sudden the Texans, man, they have a chance, right? Saints, they're in the NFC South, one of my favorite divisions this year because just every team is scrappy in that division.
Yeah.
So. Can they game travel, right? Like New Orleans on the road, Derek Carr, he's like, kind of like almost like a father figure for his team or something like that. Derek Carr's like a grown up, you know what I mean? So It's like, can that travel, right? I'm going to go with the CJ Stroud hype. I'm actually going to go for the Texans to pull this off. It's just a young team learning how to play. Again, scrappy AFC South as well for them. So, CJ Stroud for the win.
CJ Stroud for the win. That's a technically an upset in this game, and I'm going the same, man. I don't think that the Saints have that it factor, kind of like the Texans do. Like CJ Stroud is really putting in all the work, and Derek Carr being the daddy of this is like, he's preparing that team for next year. He's not like playing for this year. You know what I'm saying? Like this is practice. So yeah, I'm going to take the Texans at home too, because I think they're actually more special this year than people think they are. The AFC South is scrappy, is my favorite division as well on the side of the AFC, because I think everyone kind of has a chance. But this is my favorite thing about this season. We got the scrappy NFC South division going against the scrappy AFC South division. So we're going to see more of these awesome matchups actually happening, which is sick. So, I got to go CJ Stroud at home as well. I got Dalton Schultz on my fantasy team. I hope he's throwing it down the seam all freaking afternoon, dude. The next game, it's what we would call a virtual pick'em game too, but now the home team is favored. And Vegas, do you know about the lemon pepper favoritism, bro? Do you know about that, dude? Hey, who is going in there? The rookie quarterback who's never had that lemon pepper on the road. Oh, dude, he's a amateur when it comes to the ways of the lemon pepper. Sam Howell, dude, I know that he's probably waking up, gonna have a slow start today. The defense on the Atlanta Falcons are gonna be on it, dude. I gotta go with the homies at home, and actually they're coming off kind of a skid, and I want to say that they want to get back on track here. Desmond Ridder actually played really well last week, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they eked out that win last week. They actually beat the Texans on last second. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like skid, Young Ho Koo. I think he's gonna get back on form. I think they're gonna try to get as many field goal opportunities for him, even if they're like 50-yard field goals, like because they want to get him back in a rhythm, especially now. This is a good time to just get started, flowing, and get things going. Look for Cordell Patterson to have some trick plays at home for the home crowd. Falcons get the win for me. Who do you think is going to happen between Commanders and the Falcons, bro?
Hey, like you said, we blessed the Atlanta Falcons organization last year with the lemon pepper, advantage, right? And like you said, I mean, hey, only veteran teams can survive the lemon pepper experiment, right? And you got rookies coming in there with the Commanders. My Bears whooped up the Commanders last week, so they're going to have a hangover from that. And then they was probably out in Peachtree last night. And now they got to wake up and go play the Falcons. I mean, Desmond Ridder playing great. But Bijan Robinson, my rookie of the year, offensively at least, for the Falcons with Cordell Patterson. We love their offensive line, defensive line, well coached. They're going to run the ball. Falcons is one of my favorite teams just as an organization. And NFC South as well. They got a whole serve because the Saints, Bucks, everybody's over there trying to battle.
Yep.
Falcons for the win. Lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper for the win, man. I think it's a good pick. Obviously, I did the same thing, but I will say keep an eye on that game. Commanders, because of the young quarterback, because of the young team, because of the Eric Bieniemy being, kind of like the pseudo head coach there. The Ron Rivera, I think, is just fucking airheaded out.
I'll say this. If Commanders keep sliding, I could see Eric Bieniemy becoming the coach by the second half of the season. And then I think this team will actually take a turn for the better because Ron Rivera, I mean, you got to know when it's kind of over.
Yeah, bro.
He's when my Bears whooped him, I was like, you should have just quit after my Bears destroyed you like that. I'm just saying. You made us like a playoff team, bro.
Ron Rosagna, dude. That's what's that's
weird.
Jose down in the chat saying Falcons for me, man. Yeah, I gotta go the same thing there. And the next game, though, I'm gonna let you start off with, man. 4-point spread. So you got Vegas saying this is gonna be kind of they're heavily favored with that 4-point spread.
Yeah, so towards the Jags.
Yeah, Colts versus Jags in Duval. Jags going back home after winning and having a residency in London. Take it away, my friend. What do you think is gonna happen in Florida today?
Yeah, so AFC South division game here, division rivals, long time in that division. Home away from home, the Colts. Just got word this morning the phenom rookie quarterback Anthony Richardson may have season-ending surgery on that shoulder, right? Which we don't want to see that. We knew he had to sit out, but obviously for long-term effects, you want to make sure the young man takes care of that shoulder because he has a 10-year career, or more. The Cam Newton 2.0 is basically how he plays, right? So that sucks to hear that he may be out for the season, but you got Gardner Minshew, the best backup in the league right now, on the road division game. Minshew can hold serve here, especially division game. He's a former Jag as well. And I was really impressed by the Jags last week, though. I've been raving about their defense, how they kept Josh Allen kind of under control, really. It wasn't London, so I don't know if that was some effect with jet lag or something. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go with what Vegas is saying. I think the Jags should be favored. They're at home, and like I said, the Colts. I just think without if Anthony Richardson was in this game, I would have felt a little better about the Colts on the road because he can grind out some short yardage. But I'm gonna say the Jags gonna take care of business here.
Yeah, it's a hard pick for me because of that very situation. It's literally the Colts good D, but then you have the Jaguars very explosive offense who went against a good D last weekend. I will say though that there was more holes to me in the defense of the Bills as far as Poyer being out and things of that nature, compared to where the Colts are. I think the Colts defense are gonna have to take over in this game for there to be a win. And Gardner Minshew, just don't do too much, dude. That's all you got to do. Don't try to do too much because that's the only issue. I hope he doesn't get too much in his head, But I will say the football gods, they love a comeback story. They love to have somebody go on the road versus their former team who let them go and have them win. So I'm going to go with the Cinderella story of football. Colts on the road get the win today and pull the upset and cover the spread. So, yeah, Colts versus spread. There's just a couple more games that might be interesting to watch. Obviously, we got your baby Bears up on the lineup, but before that game, we got the closest remaining 1 o'clock games as far as Vegas is concerned. The Seahawks coming off a bye, 3-1, going to Cincinnati to play the Bengals at 2-5. And I said 2-5. It's 2.5 point spread. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. I will say Bengals obviously looking hot. Last weekend, Jamar Chase had 94 points for me in fantasy. Just looking like they used to. It takes a couple of weeks. Obviously, when you don't play the preseason, you're gonna have like a kind of a stumble into the season. But it looks like the Bengals are kind of back to where they need to be and back to playing great. I will say though, people, if you're not watching the Seahawks defense right now, and you think, the Seahawks defense was the best back in the day, just keep an eye on this game. I think the Seahawks defense are going to be flying all over the place. It's an early game for them, really early. So that might affect them a little bit. Real early game. I'm going to take the Bengals at home, though. But I still think they're not going to cover the spread. It might be a 1-point game, dude. It might be a 1-point game. Defense is really stingy on that, and obviously Geno Smith is playing great on the other side of things with DK Metcalf and is it Kenneth Walker III, I believe, is the running back. But I'm eager to see how this NFC West team plays against an AFC North team. It's like you don't really see this matchup that often, Seahawks versus the Bengals. So I'm eager to see how they clash. What do you think is going to happen versus these two teams in Ohio today? So
who'd you pick again?
The Bengals at home.
You got the Bengals. Okay. So yeah, with the Seahawks, like I said, they're a solid franchise. NFC, was that North? We in the North or is it West?
And, the Seahawks is NFC West, I think.
West, yeah, NFC West. So solid division over there. Of course, they're trying to keep pace with the 49ers and Rams. On the road, they did have a bye week, so that could kind of help factor in. But they're still on the road at Cincinnati. Joe Burrow looked like Joe Burrow last week. Jamar Chase looked like Justin Jefferson last week. So it's like I think that's like 1-2 best receivers like in the world right now. But
dope, dude.
So Bengals offense, I think back on track. Seahawks, solid team, but their secondary's banged up. I think 2 of their corners are out on the road against the Bengals, which, I mean, hey, the Bengals want to pass it. That may not be a good, formula on the road. Plus, Geno got a little nicked up last week, too. Somebody did like a dirty hit on his ankle. So he's in there, but still, they had a week off, which is great, but I think the Bengals are going to kind of exploit them. Should be a good game, though. These are some good 1 o'clock games.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good to see Burrow and the Bengals get back on, keep getting back on track. I'm gonna pick the Bengals for the win.
Yeah, I think they're gonna take advantage of the time difference, and like you said, they've been off for a week. This is either plays in the advantage of people or it doesn't. Now, if you're going on the road after being off for a week, I think that hurts you. But if you're playing at home after being off for a week, I think that helps you because the home crowd can kind of give you that jolt back into like, all right, we're playing again, where this is real time. Without having that, you kind of just get flattened and have a flat start. It's hard to get rolling after that. But the next game, I'm gonna let you take it away. You got the Vikings coming into town. They're only favored by 3 points, dude. I'm amazed this is a thing. Is it because they're playing better as Bears aren't trying to tank? Let me know, dude. Bears at home. Who you got? Who you got?
So we say we don't pick with our hearts, right? And I really try to set that standard on the inaugural season of the Good Countdown last season. I was like, you know what? I knew my baby Bears were outmatched pretty much every game that we lined up last year. And this year, after the first game, I felt like we've been matched out every game as well. Though the Vikings lost their best player, somehow they're still favored against us at home. I feel disrespected. It was a Bears fan. I feel like this is disrespect by Vegas. Totally. The Vikings, you don't have Justin Jefferson, and you're still favored in a division rivalry in Chicago. What does that say about us? Right? That says they still think that we suck, right? They still think the Bears suck. I feel like this is a trap game for me to feel like I have a chance. Like, this is my trap game. You look at the Bears, okay, all of our running backs are out, right? So this is like, you look at their depth chart, you say, okay, who's the running backs? Oh, he's out. Oh, he's out too. All of our running backs out. We have a fullback starting as the running back. That's how
Justin Fields.
That's how bad this has gotten. I should not pick my Bears at all for this game, but just for the fact that they are favoring the Vikings without Justin Jefferson on the road against us, I am picking the Bears. I fell for the trap. Bears for the win, division win, just for a little swag, just to feel better Monday morning, man. Let's go ahead and take the Vikings out of the misery. Then they trade Kirk Cousins after this game because they're going to be so embarrassed after we beat them. We're going for the Bears. Bears for the win. Bear down for the first time this season. We're picking the Bears for the win.
Oh my God, bro! I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I don't feel like it is a trap game, bro.
It is a trap game.
My face hurts right now. I'm laughing so hard. Oh my God, bro! This is a trap game. You look at your depth chart. You're like, oh, Justin Fields is playing quarterback and running back today. All right, cool.
Running back.
Cool.
He may throw it to him.
He's gonna throw it up in the air, run under the ball, dude. Oh my God. That's hilarious. The first self-catch. They don't have no traveling in NFL, so they might count that, bro. They might count it. Oh, my God. That's hilarious. Yeah, I'm not picking the Bears today. I'm going Kirk Cousins gets the win on the road. I think, dude, are you going to do something, Vikings, or what? Are you going to do something? I'd be surprised if they don't get a win against the Bears, but I also say I won't be surprised if the Bears somehow just rout the Vikings for no reason at all. Because they're that type of team, dude.
We are being so disrespected. That's the thing. It's like, just for your pride.
Right.
Like, oh, really? Like, y'all, they don't have their best player, and you're still favoring them in our house? Like, bro, it's got to be. If y'all show a post today, I can't pick the Bears anymore for the rest of the season. They don't win today.
Right, dude. They're both these teams are 1-4. So come on, dude. Somebody's got to go to 2-4 today. And I will say, early quarter one, Vikings are up 3-0. So they can't score touchdowns.
That's good.
It's good. Yeah, keep it close. Keep it close, bro. Yeah, it's hilarious. Man. And the last 1 o'clock game, we got to get it in. 49ers versus the Browns, 9.5 point spread. Vegas is saying 49ers, even though you're going on the road, playing in a hostile environment in Cleveland, we still think, obviously, best team in the league. They're going to win. They're going to win. It's just determined, like, are they going to cover the spread? And I think they will, man. They have been all year against the spread. I think only one time they haven't covered. So, yeah, I'm going to say 49ers get the win on the road. I don't even know how the Browns are doing on offense. I don't know. Is Deshaun Watson playing again, or is he still out? I'm not even know. He's out?
Yep.
Yeah. So, the 49ers win. They cover the spread. Who you got in Cleveland today, bro?
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, 49ers is the best team. I mean, it's not really much of a conversation right here. But, I mean, Deshaun Watson would have given them a chance. You know, he hurt his shoulder a couple weeks ago. The team says, hey, Deshaun Watson, you're medically cleared to play. Deshaun Watson said, no, I'm not playing. Last week.
I'm not good, dude.
I'm not playing still. He's like, but yo, you have a fully guaranteed contract. You know, you're going to get paid either way. He's like, hey, bro, I'm still not playing. So Deshaun Watson is holding himself out. Now, I will, just to keep it real, I mean, hey, you never know with these rotator cuffs and shoulders. Like,
yeah,
I get it. It looks bad that the team is kind of throwing him under the bus, is what it feels like.
Yeah.
And they keep telling the reporters, hey, we cleared him. Like, Sean Watson is so
We don't know
not
why.
looking good. Not looking good there with Cleveland. Like you said, 49ers best team. I think they're going to dismantle them pretty quick. I think they will cover the spread. Like, if you caught this line when it opened, this is a pretty good bet for them to cover, because 49ers showing they're not just only the best team, toughest team, they can score some points too. So it's like they're going to cover that. That should be a snooze fest. Unless you're Israel in the chat, you're going to love every minute of this game.
It's like, let's score again. George Kittle needs 4 more touchdowns, dude. I feel you, dude. Israel, enjoy your time, man. It is the 49ers like mini dynasty era right now. With Brock Purdy, keep him there, keep him cheap, and keep all the other stars there. It'd be interesting to see how that franchise plays out over the 2020s, man. I'm excited for you, Israel. So enjoy it, homie. I think they're gonna get the win. It's just depends on by how much. And Deshaun Watson's probably saying, "Yo, man, just give me to those masseuses. I'll probably be good, bro."
This is how we got to this point. Like, you wouldn't be stranded in Cleveland if you didn't do that,
I had to, bro. I had to. It came in my head. I had to say it, bro. Let's move on to the layover games. The 1 o'clock games are well in effect, and I'm looking at the fantasy scores just run up right now. So people are scoring right now, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing for football. We want to get in and we want to go watch it. So let's take care of these last predictions. We got Patriots versus Raiders. For some reason, Vegas is saying that the Patriots aren't going to lose by 30 like they have the last 2 games. I don't know why, dude. I'm not picking the Patriots this game. I know it's Bill Belichick versus Josh McDaniels and his protege. Dude, they suck right now. They are tanking to get the best quarterback next season, next draft, I should say. Mac Jones should not be playing. He should be benched. He should be traded. I know it's not don't blame Mac Jones. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, he's the one throwing the interceptions. He's the one who's not giving the defense any fight in the game, because why would you fight to give the ball back to somebody who's just going to hand it off to the other team? I wouldn't either. I think the Raiders at home going to get this win, and it's going to be divisive. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be like, yo, you shouldn't have got rid of me. You should have just let me be a backup behind Tom Brady until he died. And that's just how this game is going to go. Who do you think is going to get the win? Patriots versus the Raiders in Las Vegas, bro.
Well, this is definitely a definition of a mid-off. That's what I learned on social media. Like a mid-off where both teams kind of suck. Like the Raiders are not a good team, but the Patriots are worse, right? And like the Raiders are a little banged up, but the Patriots are more banged up. Like this is probably the worst game on TV. I don't know if y'all saw the Raiders and the Packers last week. That game was atrocious. Like
this is worse.
I do not want to see the Raiders on TV anymore. I like Jacoby Myers. I think he's solid, but Garoppolo is like just very mid to me as a quarterback, bro. In that system, I like Devontae Adams, but just the style of play, the Raiders are just ugly to watch, man. So, and the only team that's worse on the eyes right now are the Patriots. So I got to go for the Raiders just off this mid. Like, what mid-level are we at here? I say the Raiders are less mid than the Patriots. So Raiders for the win. I would put no money on this game. Like, both these teams suck.
Facts, dude. That's how I feel about this. This is the definition of a layover game. This is the reason why this is at this is at 4 o'clock. The rest of the 4 o'clock games are actually at 4:25. Because
this is where you go, get some more lemon pepper wings,
commercial break.
Just go away from the house for like 30 minutes or leave the bar for 30 minutes. Then come back and watch some real football.
For real, dude. You'd be like, oh shit, the Patriots are playing today? What are they playing against? That's exactly how this is going to be. But yeah, no one cares about this game. And unfortunately, it's got to be played. But I think, Raiders are going to win. The next game, dude, been waiting all week.
It's a good game.
For Sunday afternoon, bro. Creamsicles are back. It's been almost like 50 years in the making since this happened. I can't wait to see how the stadium looks, because I know there's a lot of transplants from Detroit who are down here. for some reason the Lions have fans down here, and that's just how it goes. But I'm eager to see. Lions are favored on the road following a bye week that allowed the Buccaneers to get healthy. Mike Evans is a full go. I think Carl Davis is a full go. Basically, all of the people who are injured in the last game are back and are a full go or were limited in practice and are playing today. We got the homie Money Train Wayne, Money Train James. He's gonna pick the Lions, right? We talk about this all season long. How we love the Lions. We love Dan Campbell. I like that franchise even. So this is hard for me to watch this game and be like, I want you to lose. I want the other team to lose and to hate the other team because I really don't, man. I'm gonna enjoy this game. I just hope that it's as close as Vegas thinks it's gonna be. 3-point game. I'm obviously riding with the Buccaneers. Creamsicle weekend. I mean, this is legendary. Michael Allstott, A-Train is in the building. We got Sap in the building. We got all the legends in the building today. And who knows, there might be a Tom Brady appearance on the sideline. I've heard some talk. So I'm eager to see what goes down today in Tampa Bay. What do you think is going to happen with Tampa Bay coming off a bye week and Detroit rolling so far, leaders of the NFC North coming into town?
Yeah, I mean, hey, the Lions, like I made no mistakes about it. They are, I think they're one of the best teams in the NFC, right? Like I think you put a neutral field right now, and you have the Lions, the Cowboys. I would like the Lions, like in a game like that, right? Like I think they can, actually challenge for like a divisional, type of playoff run, right? Now on the road, the Lions, they're a little banged up in little spots, like, a secondary here, a linebacker here. So they're not fully full strength. The rookie running back Gibbs is out. Again, he's on my fantasy team. So hopefully he's healthy. But they still got Montgomery, who used to play for the Bears. So the Lions are going to have a running game. I think Amon-Ra, I think he's going to be ruled out. So that's going to be less offensive weapons for the Lions, too. So this is going to, I don't even say it's a sneaky game. This is going to be a tough matchup. Buccaneers, NFC South, right? They got their mojo with Baker Mayfield off a bye at home. Hey, I would love to see these teams both make the playoffs when it's all said and done. But I think the Buccaneers is actually going to take this one on at home off the bye. And I think the Lions they still got to get a little more healthy, for games like this, for a team coming in fresh like the Bucs are off the bye, and then the Lions they're going to be really good this year, but I think the schedule kind of caught the Lions with this game, and Bucs for the win, and creamsicle that helps.
Yeah, football gods might be down there today in Raymond James Stadium. Yeah, I think it'll still be a good game, but you're right. Everything that I completely agree with what you just said. It's it worked. The schedule has worked out in the Bucs' favor for this game, and has worked against the Lions for this game. Yeah. So that's probably why it's going to.
Unfortunately, but like I said, I think both teams. I mean, the Bucs, they're fighting for their lives. NFC South. Yes, they got a hold serve with Saints, Falcons. So I think the Bucs gonna play their butts off, man. I think they're just gonna be fresher and for today.
Just ready today for today. Gotta love the Lions fans, bro. Gotta love the Lions fans. And man, I love the Lions, but just not today, bro. Just not today.
Yeah, just bad matchup.
Bad matchup today. And actually a divisional matchup at 425, Cardinals versus Rams. This is kind of one of those weird games, right? Like how the Cardinals always have the Cowboys number. They always play kind of good against the Rams, or it's a blowout. So it's like, what is it going to be at 425? Are we going to be switching over to this game on commercial breaks, or are we going to be switching over to the Eagles versus Jets game on commercial breaks? I got to say, with the Rams favored by a touchdown at home, I'm going to pick the Rams to win, but I don't know if they cover. Joshua Dobbs, I think he feels bad after last week, put in enough work to come back to this week and play better, play well enough. That Cardinals are that weird sneaky team. I say that the Rams win at home, but they don't cover this spread for the 7 points. I think it's a little bit close to that because it's division matchup. But
Okay.
What do you think happens in LA this afternoon?
That's fair. That's fair with the spread. Definitely this year. I've been a fan of the Rams. How they've been playing this year. But like you said, with that spread, I wouldn't put money on the Rams. You know what I mean, like that. You know what I mean. So, division game. I mean, what a story about Joshua Dobbs, right? You find out Kyler Murray's out for I don't know how long. They're trying to protect him. I don't know what they're trying to do. I think they're trying to draft another quarterback, to be quite honest. But Joshua Dobbs, comes off the streets. He was just bagging groceries or something, and now he's like winning. He's winning NFL games, right? Or they're competitive.
Yes.
But the Rams, the Rams are one of my favorite teams this season. NFC West, another again scrappy division with the Seahawks and the 49ers over there. Matthew Stafford is, as we said, Derek Carr is like a father to the Saints. Like Matthew Stafford's like dad of the year, right? With the Reds, like all these young kids. He said he hated them in the preseason. His wife told everybody he hates these kids. He doesn't love the kids.
He can't get along with them.
He's leading the kids. And some of the best names in the NFL, right? Tutu Atwell, Puka Nacua, and you got the running back with a normal name, Kyron Williams.
Yeah.
Hey, the Rams should win this game, right? I think the Rams, is favored for a reason. And Matthew Stafford, man, this is like, you got like stages in your NFL career, right? You had like Hall of Fame receiver Megatron to start your career. You racked up numbers, but he was with the Lions, right? So you wasn't going to win, right, Money James? And then they trade him to the dream with the Rams and the system with the Rams, and he's a above average quarterback with a great arm. He gets a Super Bowl. Now the end of Stafford's career is going to be him mentoring the kids, right? He's going to, I think, make a run. They may not make the playoffs, but they're going to be competitive, right? And I like how the Rams just look just competitively. Division game, like I said, they should take care of business here. We'll go with the Rams for the win.
Taking care of business, bro. That's all it takes. And Matt Stafford got his one Super Bowl. Who knows if he'll get another one? But they got that padded on the resume. What's funny enough is like with him, it's only been a couple years removed since he's left Detroit. In Detroit, they're good, dude.
They rebuilt.
That
trade actually helped them. They got their interim quarter. I'm not trying to diss golf when I say that, but I mean he's not your long-term answer, right? Like golf's gonna be good for another couple of years, and then you're gonna want another quarterback. Yeah, they got all those draft picks and everything. So it's a good trade for both teams. I think both, the Lions rebooted, and the Rams got their Super Bowl, right? So hey, good trade.
It worked out for him, man. It worked out, and I still think though that they'll come close to getting like near or looking competitive for another Super Bowl, but I don't think it happens. Just the rest of the league is just way too competitive. Any other league.
Like the Rams, it's like they, when that window kind of closes, it's like Aaron Donald is probably going to retire after one more season.
Yep.
That's like the end of the era right there. Yep. And then I think their coach may retire, who's like somehow younger than everybody. But it's like, so it just, the Rams, they're going to be competitive, and, you got to show up to play.
Right.
This iteration of the team, you got to show up and play. So, yeah.
You got to show up to play, bro. And the funny thing is that iteration of the Rams, people forget they lost the Super Bowl to the Patriots and Tom Brady. That's a forgettable Super Bowl. People forget about that one, but I had to bring it in. I don't know how. I had to bring it in. I'll pat myself on the back for that one. I spent the whole show without a Brady reference. Got it in, bro. Got it in.
I'm still trying to figure out the connection. I'm trying.
I had to bring it in. Bro. Like I said, the end of an era, and that era kind of began with that Super Bowl. But the Eagles and the Jets are the last 425 game of today. It's not a full touchdown spread. It's 6.5 points, almost a full touchdown. They're kind of saying, what are you going to do at home? Jets, Vegas are you gonna play well, or are you gonna be able to hold that spread? They're saying not a full touchdown, but maybe. Obviously, Eagles on the road versus Jets, they should win this game. I'm gonna say that they win the game and cover the spread on the road versus the Jets. MetLife is just not like It's a good home stadium for some reason. They don't play well at home. Neither of these teams have played well at home in recent times, except at Monday night on September 11th. But I mean, you got like weird football god help on your side for that game. Like, there's no way you were losing that. But who do you think is going to win today, this afternoon? I know Jalen Hurts has been a little shaky, but he can still use his feet. Do you think they win and cover the spread, or just win and not cover the spread at MetLife?
I'll tell you what, the Eagles, everyone's mad about the brotherly shove play, but they invented it that no one can duplicate it, right? Except my Bears, somehow they was able to actually do it twice in one game. So I'm just no reason, just throwing it out there.
Take your wins so you can get them, bro.
As far as with the Eagles, I mean, like how we're like saying, the 49ers are so great and all this. It's like with the Eagles, it's not that same vibe, right? Like the Eagles, they're undefeated. Jalen Hurts is all pro level. They got a great receiving. AJ Brown is top 5 receiver to me.
Yeah.
They got a great running attack. They got a solid defense, not the best defense. So the Eagles should be like good, right? But for some reason, it's like it's 49ers all the way up here, rightfully so. The Eagles kind of down here, on the road against the Jets. The Jets, I mean, man, like what a story with the Jets. They're trying to hold serve until Aaron Rodgers somehow miraculously comes back. Like Aaron Rodgers, he blew his Achilles, right? Opening night. He got this mysterious surgery, that experimental surgery. He's already kind of walking on the Achilles again. I don't know what's going on here, bro. Like the Jets just have to, make the playoffs, and Aaron Rodgers can come back. This may be a sneaky game. I'm actually now the Jets are banged up. The Sauce Gardner is actually out for this game, concussion protocol. And I think their other corner is out as well too. So every reason to pick the Eagles to win this game, but this is actually my upset special. I think the Jets are going to make this an ugly game, 4 o'clock game. You got Breece Hall. You got Dalvin Cook. They're going to run the air out of the ball. The Eagles can do the same thing, but I think the Eagles, this is like, you're not going to be undefeated forever, bro. Yeah. And I think this is a game they're just going to kind of just drop for no reason except just that, okay, we dropped one.
We were sleeping.
And the Jets are just on a mission. Yeah, I think the Eagles are going to sleepwalk in this game, and I actually think it's going to be an upset. I think the Jets going to win it.
Dude, that's a good prediction by that. As far as the upset special goes, like, yeah, you can always get caught. That's why the term, the cliche is out there for any given Sunday, because this could absolutely happen to the Eagles today. If you go into MetLife thinking that they're not going to actually play, there's some professionals out there, dude. They're not just sitting there, and especially the Jets defense with the linebackers and the defensive front, they don't want to be manhandled. All that we've heard this season so far is the Eagles offensive line is the best in the league, and they got this guy, and they got this guy, and Lane Johnson is jumping off sides like he's trying to jump into next week. They're not gonna just let them walk into New York and trounce all over them today. So yeah, you're right. This could be one that they get caught on, but I still think that the Eagles they do what they're supposed to do. Hopefully, for my prediction. But moving on to Sunday night. This is going to be the quickest video that I make tonight, probably. It'll be the quickest.
I love those pick videos too. Right? Yeah, I love those clips you put out.
They're easy to make because when we get down to this point in the season, usually we're starting to flex these games out. I talked about it earlier in the countdown, how the Lions Buccaneers, it got flexed out from the 1 p.m. to the 4 o'clock games. I think they should have flexed it all the way out to the Sunday night game.
Yeah, I agree.
Bro, there's no reason you should have prime time games with a double-digit spread, dude. Absolutely atrocious business decision. I don't care who it is. I don't care what division they play in. There's no reason, we're watching this because it's the Giants, or we're watching this because it's the Bills. Like, the market there is not that big in New York to be not flexing this out. I don't care if it's week 6 in the season, dude. Do this if it's week 1 in the season. The rating is going to be so terrible for this game. They're going to owe their ad partners revenue, I think, at the end of this game. But that's the majority of it's hilarious how we get to these Sunday night games. We never talk about the football. We're always talking about other BS. And that's probably what's going to happen in this game. Some of the, like stuff that's not actually related to the game is going to be the storyline for tonight, because we all know what's going to happen. They're going to go to the real part of New York that is upstate New York and Western New York, and they're gonna be like, "Whoa, this is actually what grit and toughness is." And this is the New Jersey Giants, bro, who are awful this season. Saquon Barkley is trying to get traded, I think, at this point, or should be. I think they're gonna get beat, and it's gonna be by more than 15.5 points. I think the Bills are gonna run up the score tonight. They should just. I don't know if I wish there was a forfeit rule or like the Madden rule, the 21-point rule.
Yeah, 21 points.
I wish that was a thing, because they're going to need it tonight, bro. Do you think, I guess my question for you, not if you think the Bills are going to win, because don't you dare pick the Giants to upset, but not that. Do you think the Giants will at least cover the spread? Do you think that's a possibility, or do you think the Bills are going to cover the spread at 15.5 points tonight in Buffalo?
Well, so with with this game, like you said, I mean, I think having the Giants in this slot, like the only reason why you would leave the Giants in this slot for prime time Sunday night is if they were playing the Chiefs and Taylor Swift was in the suite. Right? That's why you would let this game go. But somehow, you know what I mean? They just, no Daniel Jones, which wouldn't have helped a thing if Daniel Jones was playing. It probably would have made it worse somehow.
Yes.
Saquon Barkley, sneakily, they saying he may try to play. I say, Saquon, just don't ever suit up again for the Giants. Like, let's get a trade going here. Yes. The spread is what it is for a reason. Josh Allen's probably ticked off coming back from London, where he got kind of jammed up a little bit. I think they're definitely going to cover this spread. Like I think the Bills are going to cover this spread.
Okay.
This is the biggest spread of the week for a reason as well. So, Bills for the win. This is a snooze fest. I mean, if you're a bettor and you want to bet like on stats and stuff like that, like I guess put it all in for the Bills, or something like that. But this is ugly. Like, I guess I'll have this on in the background in the house or something. Like This is a terrible game right here, man.
I'm gonna fall asleep to this, bro. It's gonna be like watching Seinfeld at night, dude. Like, this is a game about nothing, dude. Like, why are we?
Yeah. They should have known this a couple weeks ago to flex this out. Like you said, the Lions Bucks would have been a better game, like easily,
bro.
Right
and how much story and content could you put around the throwback game? But I will say. Part of the reason they probably couldn't flex it is because this is a Fox game. Like, Fox was like, nah, dude, this is our game. This is America's game of the week.
TV rights are a big thing right there. And then, Fox is smart to flex. They probably they had, first dibs on the NFC game. And they was like, no, we're not letting this go. And I mean, last minute, it wasn't another game I would have tried to put in that slot Sunday night. Just kind of glancing at the schedule here. So, so I get why they didn't, but I would have taken anything. I would have taken anything. I would have taken Eagles Jets right there.
I was just looking at that. I was just saying,
you can see Aaron Rodgers, walking. Like, why is he walking like that?
He's at MetLife. I don't know. It's Sunday night, dude. The Jets don't disappoint on Sunday night. We know that. But the Giants do so far. So dude, man,
massacre.
It's gonna be a massacre Sunday night. There's no reason for us to watch this game. The recap, the quick predictions video is all you're going to need to see, all right? Bills win. By how much, we'll find out Monday morning. Go to bed. Get some sleep, all right?
Yeah, don't stay up for
this. What a great prediction for this Sunday night, bro. But for Monday night, that's going to be a good game. Game. Cowboys versus Chargers. I'm going to let you take this away, kind of. I'm excited. Cowboys are finally on the road in prime time. They're not playing in Jerry World. They're playing at that beautiful SoFi Stadium, Justin Herbert's home. Austin Eckler back in prime time. They got Williams, obviously, who's been playing great for them this year. Allen, who's been playing great for them this year too. So what do you think? Do you think the 1.5 point spread favored towards the Cowboys, mind you, favored toward the Cowboys on the road? What do you think is going to happen in SoFi tomorrow night?
It's an interesting game, right? This is going to be a good game. This is a game you stay up and watch. Two good teams, going at it. The Cowboys, they were humbled last week, I think, but after the 49ers destroyed the Cowboys were still talking about the 49ers like a couple of days afterwards. It's like, you got to move on. You do got to kind of leave that trauma behind.
Please.
And go, all attention on the Chargers, right? So I'm not sure if the Cowboys, if their head is fully in this game, to be quite honest. Now, the Chargers, they have one of the dumbest coaches, right? So it's like, this is a weird matchup because, like, the Cowboys, they don't have the smartest tool in the shed either as a coach. But I don't know if he's as dumb as the Coach Staley for the Chargers. So this is not like a mid-off. It's just like mid-off coaches. It's like
mid-off coaches.
I'm thinking like the Cowboys won't be as dumb as the Chargers. I think they both gonna do dumb stuff in this game.
Right.
Dak, like I said the formula when we was talking about the bets is that pass less, or do like more screen passes, do like little stuff and slow the game down. Don't turn into a shootout because we see what happens when Dak tries to shoot to a shootout. It's all going to the other team at that point. So I think the Cowboys has a formula. I know Kellen Moore, the former offensive coordinator with the Cowboys, he's with the Chargers now. So he wants to put it on the Cowboys defense, but everyone's going to do. The Cowboys defense is overrated. I don't know if Necron's in this chat, but so it's just, this is like, there's two good teams, but just terrible coaching, both sides. I just think the Cowboys is going to win on the road primetime because I think the Chargers, they're going to do something stupid and lose this game. That's what I feel. So Cowboys for the win.
They always do, man. Smart. Obviously, I always say it's a smart pick by you. Well-educated pick.
Trash me. That
trash
meme
me.
is the greatest meme. They're like dumping this dude in like the trash can. That's just the greatest meme I've ever seen.
Perfect. It's perfect. It's unfortunate for Justin Herbert in his young career to have like so many changes as head coaches and offensive coordinators because he is so talented and I think he is just such a dog. I admire him because he emulates what I like as like, obviously I love the flashy players who are, the braggadocious and they have a lot of bravado and they're loud and stuff. But like Justin Herbert is the epitome of a quarterback to me. Like you don't show that until you're on the field and then you just let it all hang out. Afterwards, though, then he's kind of just chilling, right? Like he's like, nah, just playing for my teammates, playing for my team. Like he's the prototypical quarterback, but he hasn't been put into a successful situation. So that's why I feel bad for him. He is so good and could be so much better if he was just had a set head coach, a set offensive coordinator. He's been if he was with the same plan for the last 3 years, same scheme and all that. He'd be playing a lot more consistent, but it's just when there's so much change, you're bound to fail. Unfortunately, it is just the way it goes in the NFL. We see it time and time again. I'll say though, Chargers, they're gonna take advantage of the Cowboys faltering, the fluttering, the injuries that have been racking up. If I'm not mistaken, their All-Pro linebacker just got injured last weekend too and went down. Is it Van Esch?
Yeah. Van Der Esch.
Van Der Esch, that's what it is.
He's a solid linebacker, yeah.
It's a pretty big blow. I say he's more like a Teddy Bruschi in my eyes when I watch them play. So having the glue of your defense go down is not good. Is Micah good to go? There's just they need a bye week soon. The Cowboys and they need to kind of regroup, figure things out a little bit. I think that the Chargers revenge game for Kellen Moore. Austin Eckler, second game back this weekend, or first game back this weekend. Gonna have a game at home, and the Chargers always play well at home. Just can the defense stop the Cowboys? I think they're able to play that off today and get the win, man. Upset, home upset. I always hate when the home team is home upset. Home upset, bro. Home upset. But that's what I think is gonna happen Monday night. It's going to be a good game finally, though, on a Monday night. Not like this Giants-Bills nonsense. No one's gonna watch that trash, bro. We're
No
gonna have
one's
memes from that game, bro. Cowboys Chargers in LA, gonna be a good game. Can't wait to see what happens, bro. And there is 2 teams had a bye week this week. Steelers, Packers. Steelers, surprisingly, you wouldn't think this if you've been watching them as play. They're 3-2 somehow, bro.
3-2. All the strength of the defense. Again, my favorite defensive player, T.J. Watt, and Highsmith on the other side on the defensive line, and one of the best coaches all time, Coach Tomlin. Bro. So they're going to be competitive. I still think the Ravens and the Bengals are better in their division, when it's all said and done. But it's a good bye week for the Steelers, right, to kind of retool, get healthy, and because it's going to be a fight. It's going to be like a alley fight every time they play, right? And, overall. So, and the Packers suck.
Packers suck. Matt LaFleur, man, you guys, and they're gonna realize, man. It's the same thing that happened with the Patriots. Once you have that quarterback not be there, you realize how much of a statue, like they needed that guy.
These coaches get exposed.
Yeah, dude. I can't. Everyone who told me, and it's a funny thing, right? To be a fan of a different team, and then to look at. Me being back in the day a Patriots fan, when I talk about another franchise, obviously it's outside looking in. If I want to know something about your franchise, though, I'll go ask my buddy who's a fan of this team. If you, for instance, how was Peyton Manning back then? How was so and so back then for the Bears? People talking about the Patriots and having these informed opinions about things you don't know. Same thing with Aaron Rodgers. I don't like Aaron Rodgers. I didn't like him. Now I like him more because he's kind of like a FU to a lot of people. But I didn't like him, but I always would give him respect, right? You're not as good as Tom Brady. Don't get it twisted, but you still are a very great quarterback. And obviously you see that. When Packers had Brett Favre for many, many, many years, and then they go on to Aaron Rodgers, and they're like, oh, we're just pumping out quarterbacks. And they get Jordan Love, and yes, he is very good, but he's no Aaron Rodgers, no Brett Favre. And time will tell for the rest of this season what goes on. I don't think the Packers suck. I think they have the opportunity to do better, but that's my quarterback. That's my quarterback.
I mean, they're in the NFC North, so obviously I gotta hate every NFC North team with the Bears over there. So, but yeah, it's funny with the Rodgers Brady thing. If Tom Brady didn't have the Randy Moss season, record-breaking year, people still would probably be saying Aaron Rodgers has more talent, just more talent than Tom Brady. But Brady showed 3 different phases of his career. That's that 3. Aaron Rodgers only had one mode pretty much his whole career. And I don't know if he, when he comes back from his Achilles, I don't know if he'll be able to adjust. He's not going to be able to scramble like he really could. Brady didn't have to worry about scrambling. Just can you make every throw? Yep. And Brady showed he literally could play any style as far as throwing style.
Yep.
And win, right? So yeah, I mean Brady ended up obviously more talented because I say that because people say, oh, if Aaron Rodgers was with the Patriots, he would have did the same thing. I don't know. He probably I don't know, but if he had these injuries and still with the Patriots, can Rodgers adjust his game? I don't know. I don't know if he ever had to before, but we saw Brady do it. So yeah, I guess this is another notch for your Brady argument. But as far as with the Packers, though, yeah, it's not that easy transition.
Nah.
When they were spoiled, right? You had Favre, and then you go right into Rodgers, and you saw flashes early for Rodgers. That's the thing. You will see these flashes. Either you can play or you can't, right?
Yeah.
And Jordan Love is it's a formula of a mid quarterback. I'm seeing Captain Kirk Cousins when I see Jordan Love play. Oh, okay, he can, okay. You better make sure the rest of your team is really good around him because he's not taking you to the promised land. That's Kirk Cousins right there. So it's Packers, they suck.
Man, that's crazy. That's hilarious. Jordan Love getting the Jordan.
Love.
Snow love. No love for Jordan Love over on Syl's side. That's what happens when you're a Bears fan. But I appreciate that. I appreciate that little breakdown. I love talking all the teams. I love talking the history of the football. I just love talking football, bro. And that kind of feeds into everything that is SylNation Sports Network, man. We don't just talk football here. We don't just talk fantasy here. We talk it all, and we're going to continue to talk it all. More continuation on the sports network. We're going to have more conversations, kind of have like a sports discussion show that's going to start soon. A lot of things coming, obviously, and a lot of people are a part of this. So I did want to shout out everybody for being in the chat. Money Train James for sticking with us the whole way through here. Appreciate y'all. And Jose Diaz, Israel for coming through. Necron and Sky for being here as always. Fat Dan's thoughts. He had to go get some groceries. Shout out to you, homie. Appreciate you. Jason was coming through real quick. He said first time on the sports stream. We appreciate you being here, Jason. And obviously everyone else who's lurking. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. Sports isn't the only thing we do. We actually talk geek stuff and games. So, Syl, you want to give us a quick shout out on what you got going on your side of the things over in your realm?
Yeah, definitely the Syl Abdul Geek Network, where, like you said, we talk a lot of CBM news, the business behind it. So, there's a lot of stuff with that, especially with the strike situation. And then we've added coverage for gaming. Shout out to Taladia for helping out with that. We're talking comics with several people. So that's really cool. Just kind of branch out the topics a little bit. But like I said, when it is time for sports, though, I kind of got my schedule. I'm like, okay, when it's time for sports, especially with NBA, the geek stuff is cool. We're going to continue to do that, but we're going to be on that sports too. So y'all make sure, definitely football over here, the SylNation Sports Network channel overall for all the sports, Jedi Academy, all kinds of stuff, and the Twitter handle. I'm going to be doing a lot of short videos real soon covering football as far as college, pro, basketball, World Series, just all kinds of stuff. It's gonna be fun, man. We're gonna have fun with this.
It's right in the middle of the screen here. If you need that Twitter handle, it's at SylNation SN.
Yes,
and that's what we need. Yeah, that's a great hub. Great hub for everything. Easy too, because you can just kind of go on the trending page and see what's going on, and you'll probably see Syl and myself talking about some sports, man. I love sports. They're easy to talk about. There's no gotta worry about no writer's strike or no actor's strike or no CEOs being the only issues we gotta worry about are owners and GMs, and if they do bad enough, they get fired. So that's why you know what I'm saying. That's why I love sports. There's no nepotism here, and when there is, they're allowed to do it, but again, if you are bad, you get canned, dude. There's got to be, performance. You got to perform, and that's what it is, man. The sports world is just a little bit different than entertainment. But appreciate you being here with me another weekend, bro. Fantasy is well underway. Week 6 is well underway. Obviously, make sure you're checking your games tonight for the picks. We got the best bets. No one bet on the Giants. Don't you dare bet on the Giants, bro. If you do, you deserve to lose your money, bro. But we'll be checking in on everybody. I appreciate everyone for being here. Obviously, make sure you follow the Good Countdown with the hashtag. Follow SylNation Sports Network. We got so much football coming on, and I'm excited because we're ramping up. You might think, fantasy football is kind of getting towards the mid of the season, but football, NFL season, we're getting into playoff-like territory where we're going to get ready for everything. The playoff teams are going to show themselves, and the teams who are tanking to get a draft are going to start showing themselves. The water's going to find its level. That's what happens, week 7 to week 9. It's going to start, really showing out who the teams are. So this weekend's important. Who wins this weekend? It's very important, and I'm going to be watching the Bucks-Lions game. Shout out to Money Train Wayne. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We're going to see everybody next weekend, so make sure you get your games ready on the TV. And I would say, I hope you win your fantasy, unless you're playing against me. Peace out, everybody.
Go watch football.
Yay!